today's video we have a part 2. It must be a few months ago now. I did a video, stomach's going already, classic. I did a video looking at the Twitter page Fesshole. I'm sure many of you are familiar. And it went down really well, and I also had so much fun making it, trying really hard not to laugh. I think I actually had to cut at one point because some of the responses are just absolutely crazy. So I've got the blue light behind me as we'll be heading to Twitter, although it's actually called X now, so if I could have a black light I would. I'm not sure I'll ever call it X. It'll always just be Twitter to me, but for those of you who aren't aware of what Fesshole is, I'll briefly explain. It is a Twitter page with 1 million followers, and their bio is confess your sins anonymously. Will the internet absolve you? So essentially, people send in their anonymous confessions. Sometimes they're nice things, a lot of the times they're bad things, and more often than not it's sexual related things, which for the most part I'll try and stay away. I'll stay away from the super explicit ones, but genuinely they tweet so much gold on a daily basis. We're just gonna have a little bit of a scroll together. So I need to sort out my headphone cable and then we can get going. Okay, Fesshole is loaded up. We begin with an animal themed one. My cat fishes cotton buds out of the bin to lick the earwax off them. The other day I thought a fly had landed in my ear, but it was actually a huge ball of wax coming loose. I fed it directly to the cat and she loved it. That is that is so disgusting. Okay, let's move on. Dropped a pork chop on the kitchen floor tonight, and one of the dogs licked it before I could get to it. Put it back in pan for a few seconds before I dished out on husband's plate. That's fair enough. Right, how dirty is it going to be? Oh, they're retweeting messages from the admin. Here we go. Many years ago, I worked in a branch of Starbucks. Someone made a mistake when phoning in the weekly order, and we ran out of espresso beans. For a few days we served everyone decaf espresso, and nobody complained. I work in a pub. There's an old boy called Tom, losing it a bit. He's come in every Tuesday for decades and always asks how I am and about my band. He thinks it's still £3.50 a pint because I pay the other £1.70 myself. And I can't break it to him that when we now charge over that's so sweet. That's a nice look. Some of them are nice and wholesome. This confession says, the last time I changed my bed sheets, the Queen was still alive. That's a long time. I have an entirely undeserved reputation in my family for being highly intelligent. When we play cards on holiday and I invariably win, it is put down to my intellect. In fact, it's because I am ridiculously competitive and, frankly, simply cheat. I manage a busy office and used to get annoyed at being asked to do the impossible with delivery games, etc. I've calmed down now and everyone is curious at the change. I can never tell them. I have a mantra. How can I manage others if I can't manage myself? Try it, it works. I genuinely thought that was going to be a bad one, but nice bit of life advice there. I work in a hotel. Yes, it's really obvious when you have an escort come to the hotel and up to your room. And yes, we notice when she leaves an hour later. A couple in our friend group have recently become parents, and yesterday we took a group trip to the park. Baby slept as we all took turns on the equipment. It was the happiest I've been all year. My girlfriend is mostly wonderful, but loves to sing at the top of her voice throughout the day. We live in a one-bedroom flat. It sounds like a cat screaming, and I'm on the verge of leaving her solely because of this. I stalk my husband's ex-girlfriend on Instagram. It's become wholesome though, as I wish her the best. She recently got engaged and I'm overjoyed for her. Seems like an odd way to spend your free time, to be completely honest. Venue cleaner here. I collect all the rings, necklaces, etc. that people lose during concerts. Sell them on eBay and double my salary. People won't come looking for those anyway. Smart. When Uber Eats launched, it came with a 30-minute guarantee all your food was free. Word spread through my office and we'd all order from the furthest away branch of whatever we wanted. The poor driver had no chance of making it in time. We constantly had a fridge full of lunches. In conversation with my gorgeous girlfriend, I mentioned that I would give her a generous poop rating of 6 out of 10. Apparently this is not generous and I am now looking for a new girlfriend. An image-obsessed client cut my contract short, leaving me out of pocket without notice. He's balding and self-conscious about it, so I signed him up for a free trial of hair replacement treatments and mailing lists about advice for dealing with hair loss. Oh. I've spent 33 years working on my imaginary country in my head, covering centuries, but will never really tell anyone else the full story. Exciting bits sound like boring Game of Thrones, and the dullest bits are essentially social history written for bureaucrats and lawyers. Our cat lapping up milk is the exact same noise. I wish I didn't start reading this one, but I've started, so I'll finish. Our cat lapping up milk is the exact same noise I make when I go down on my wife. The kids are always perplexed when me and her are pissing ourselves laughing every time the cat drinks milk. I drunkenly complained to Ofsted about my son's school because the head was so terrible. 3 months later, the inspectors were in and downgraded the school from outstanding to requires improvement. The head stayed on, but all the good teachers left. Sister in a toxic relationship with a gutter rat. Set up a fake Facebook profile and message pretending to be a woman. She finished it. 10 years later, she is happily married and my bro-in-law is one of the best friends. We go to football together and our kids hang out. Have 0 regrets. I'd argue you did what needed to be done. wife insists on sharing a toothbrush. I find that disgusting, so I keep a secret toothbrush just for me that lives somewhere she won't look. Yeah, that's grim. I love my partner, but I'm not sharing a toothbrush. Something about that just feels so disgusting. Not for me. I was told when I was young that Gatorade was made the same way milk was from cows, but instead they milked alligators. Now that I'm older, I know that isn't real, but can't bring myself to drink it. Girlfriend said I seemed a bit distant during intercourse. I didn't have the nerve to tell her. I was thinking about how I'd redesign the local bus network. We currently rent. My wife recently inherited money. She wants to buy a house outright but won't let me help, so it's all in her name, in case I leave, in quotes. We have 3 kids. I'd never considered leaving until now. My mother-in-law's farts sound exactly like my husband's, which has made me imagine they must have very similar bumholes. The thought always makes me shiver. Goodness me, this page. Went to school with a guy called Christopher Massey, and never once did our naive brains work out the festiveness of his name until years after. Such a missed opportunity. Festiveness. Christopher, Christmassy. Nice. Caught myself looking forward to my grandmother eventually dying, so I'm no longer fed trifle at meals. Bit much. I am a 5-foot-tall woman and I prefer to be the big spoon. My man gets to feel comforted and I get to stick... I thought this was going somewhere else. I get to stick my arse out from under the duvet and fart in peace. Win-win. Nice. My partner drank a bit too much last night and couldn't be woken to help with the kids. We put pepperoni between their toes, went to the park and left them with the dogs. We've not been back yet. I was doing a bit of woodwork and the piece of wood I wanted had got damp via a leaky shed roof. As it was only a small piece, I dried it in the new air fry. 5 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius and it was bone dry. Wife will kill me if she finds out. I think that's smart now. What's wrong with that? For a laugh, me and my mates won't put Crazy Frog on repeat on a pub jukebox. We put over £100 in the thing. We moved on for a pub crawl only to come back hours later to find a police van outside the pub due to there being a massive fight. My boyfriend has an ear piercing and I hate it so much. One night I woke up in the middle of the night and saw the back of his earring had come off while he was sleeping. I took out his earring and flushed it down the toilet. He still doesn't know I'm behind the missing earring. Okay, bit of a crude one, but this is good. Tried self-fellatio in the shower. One leg up on the bath taps. Me bent double trying to get it in my mouth. Standing leg slipped and I cracked my back on the taps. Oh my gosh. Ended up in it's a lie, I always let out a little bit of pee to check there's no special purple dye that will alert everyone that I've done a wee. I am a secondary school teacher. When walking around during a lesson, I will stop next to the kid I dislike the most, silently fart and then walk away. Those kids that I fart next to almost always get blamed by the others sitting around them. I've caused 2 breakups doing this. I love that. That's so good. As a young teenager, I found some condoms hidden in my parents' bedroom. Being a curious virgin, I stole a few to try on. I later heard my parents having a heated argument a few weeks later, with my mum threatening divorce, assuming my dad was cheating due to the dwindling number of condoms. Local barber has always been good. However, a newly hired barber has messed up my trim a couple of times. I now have to do a slow walk past to see if my usual barber is available. If not, I have to pretend to go into the corner shop and do another pass until my usual is free. I'm a lifelong Labour voter, but I definitely give tradesmen the worst mugs. Sneer at their request for 3 sugars and just give them 2. Some socialist I turned out to be. Oh gosh. Started playing a game of chicken with myself at work. It goes to the stomach again. When I need a wee, I try to have my belt undone and ready earlier and earlier. I'm now up to the toilet entrance and almost out the door. Only a matter of time before an incident occurs. Well, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? The look of love in my boyfriend's eyes as I nonchalantly did the John Barnes Robin World in motion. He thinks it's because I like football. I just learned it from Kevin and Stacey and I haven't had the heart to tell him. Epic scene. I'm nearly 40 and still, when needing to know which letter comes after another, I speedrun the alphabet song in my head, with the cadence and melody and everything. Honestly, I still do that as well, so that's not so bad. I'm sure most people still do that. When I was younger, I used to steal books from libraries. Dirtball growing up, so reading was my only hobby. But I also wanted to own things. I have 200 to 300 books from different towns, and I never got caught. My wife rarely showers because she believes she doesn't smell. I find it disgusting, and sometimes getting into bed when she's already asleep is like sleeping with a water buffalo. I have cheated on every partner I've had with the same person, and they've cheated on every partner they've had with me. This has been going on for 18 years. Part of me feels like we should be together, but I know I'll never be able to trust them. Some people, man, honestly. When I buy medium-sized eggs, I always swap them from the carton with my roommate's large eggs and feel terrible about it. Won't stop me though. Had to get the brakes inspected on my first car. Mechanic couldn't find anything wrong but did comment on how clean and shiny they were. Smugly told him that I regularly sprayed them with WD-40 to prevent rust. The memory of his laughter still makes me cringe 10 years later. One of my favourite hobbies is changing the language to Korean on my local multi-story car park ticket machine. I then sit in the car a stranger in public sneezes near me, I pretend to get hit and wipe my face, but say nothing just to freak them out. I still don't have a signature. Anytime I have to sign something, I just draw a squiggle in the hope that it looks vaguely sophisticated. I am 37 years old. Worked in a pub popular with students while studying. Landlord instructed staff to put an extra big head on pints. Called it student tax. I often forgot to add all the drinks when totalling up rounds and upgraded shorts to doubles. Landlord tax. Nice. My brother's wife has been trying to become a mummy influencer. Bro says he doesn't like her posting the kids online but didn't want to upset his wife. My friends and I started mass reporting anything with my nephew or niece in it. We've got our account banned 3 times now. Just tell her. Honestly, just tell her. But again, not too sure where I stand on the whole, plastering your kids over the internet for fame. Something just doesn't sit right with me about it, to be honest. Occasionally I think about the unpleasant kids from my school decades ago. Check them out on LinkedIn. Inevitably absolute losers. Always makes my day. I buy a mix of cheap and expensive dog treats. I let my husband give them the cheaper ones and hide the expensive ones so that I can be the sole provider of the nice stuff and the dogs love me more. I steal random people's photos of interesting places on Instagram and I put them up on my own Facebook account so it looks like I'm actually doing things with my life. Surely that just doesn't work though, because like your family and friends are going to ask like, oh, what was that like? And you've just got to continue lying. I intentionally take the longer route on car journeys so I can sing along to more songs. I can kind of relate to that, to be fair. I quite enjoy car journeys, to be honest. Only when I'm driving though. I hate being a passenger. Let's find a good one for the last one of this video. My sister-in-law regularly leaves her 2 young children for my wife and myself to look after for long periods. She's a bit stuck up, priding herself on the good manners of her children. I teach them both a swear word to go back with. As a child, I used to steal my mum's chocolate and blame it on the dog. It cost her a fortune in vet bills, but I got chocolate. Simple as that. And that is enough of Fesshole for one day. Let me know if you'd like to keep me. What sentence am I trying to formulate here? Let me know if you would like me, as it, to continue with this series and to revisit Fesshole in the future again. Like I said, it's like 10 posts a day, so